From my ass all the way to the bank.
Yes, we're here. We're back. A little, was it too loud? It's too low?
I'm always a little too loud.
We're back a little day earlier, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're recording, we're recording today a day earlier. This is episode 24. I'm a little
24.
affected on my throat. Got sick over the weekend. But yeah, we're here. This flu season, I mean, thank God.
Oh, you said you took the shot, right?
I got the flu shot.
Okay. I still ain't took that shit.
I took my son in for a physical, and they were like, "You want the flu shot?" And I was like, "You know what? Yeah." But what I don't get is like this whole. You notice like how they're pushing.
Yeah, they're pushing on everybody. Yeah, because
it's a little scary. It's a little concerning.
It's somewhat of an Well, it is. Yeah, it's an epidemic right now. It's like everybody has to.
Like a lot of people, I hear people talking. They're like, "Oh, this whole flu thing, it's a government conspiracy. You know, that's why they're pushing the flu shot. You know, they're putting shit in us." I don't know, man.
That's the thing. You don't know what the hell you get.
That's the whole scary shit. Like even with the babies now, like people get afraid that they're saying that. I mean, some people say that the vaccines are linked with autism.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I heard that argument before.
I don't know. I mean, I've looked into it, and obviously you always have those that say that, yes, that's true, but you have those that say that
it was mainly like the doctors be like, no, it's safe, and then
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what.
You don't know what to believe anymore.
What to believe. So, yeah, Lay's not with us today. She has school. Being that we're a day early, today is her birthday, so I just want to wish her a happy birthday.
Shout out to Lay, our lovely traffic reporter.
Last week's episode was freaking awesome. I really enjoyed it. It took me forever to edit it, but I actually enjoyed it. The whole editing, like I heard it, and it was just awesome. So like I was telling you, part of what I want to do now is I want to start creating content for our Instagram. So, you know, people can get like little snippets and stuff like that of what we're doing and our guests and all that stuff. Wow. They can also go on YouTube and check out the video content.
Yeah, trying to do everything. Trying to be out there.
Yeah, we're trying to do this. We're trying to do it the right way.
You gotta be ratchet. That's what it is. You gotta get ratchet.
Well, you know what? Like actually, now that you see ratchet, I was actually listening to a podcast this morning, and part of what I got from it, and I was like, you know what, it's true, is like nowadays, like the society or the generations or whatever you want to call it, like the audience, they really connect with authenticity.
Well, yeah, of course. But
you know,
really orders. That's a lot of people.
Back then, it wasn't like that. You know, that back then, like you had to, you had to be this personality.
Yeah. You had to be follow like a script.
Yeah, when you had like a radio show, you had to talk like, "Hi, this is a radio show, blah blah blah." Like you had to talk that way. Like now, you know, with podcasts, you can say fuck and shit, and you can say whatever the hell you want, and people connect to the authenticity of people. So part of the social media game is that as well. That's why a lot of people, even though they probably might not be the biggest fans of her music, they connect with Cardi B. And a lot of people say like Cardi, she's super ratchet or whatever, but she's just being her. She's being real. Yeah. And people love that shit. And
but it's a generational thing too, because a lot of older heads, like, a lot of older heads look at her like this fucking.
Yeah,
bitch.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
the young kids are like, they love that shit.
We gotta get with the program.
Gotta get with the time. Yeah. There's no You can't be stubborn. That's one thing too. A lot of people get stubborn.
Excuse me.
And they don't like change. That's another thing.
That's true.
A lot of people. Well, it's a human nature thing.
You think about fucking cell phones. And I put myself as an example. When the iPhone first came out, and I saw that they were so expensive.
You still wanted your flip phone?
I forgot what I had. I had this bullshit phone, and then they came out with this Samsung it was a touch phone. It wasn't like, you know, like the shit that they do
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
where they're like a head of Apple and shit. But I was like, you know what? Like, if I want a touch phone, it was, you know, new, like the whole shit. Like, at first I was like, I prefer buttons for texting. You know, that you had to do like 3 times and shit for the letters and all that shit. Yeah,
It's like the flip phone.
yeah. And I was like, no, you know, I prefer this. And then I was like, you know what? I'll get the touch phone. But why am I gonna pay so expensive for an iPhone if all I need is the phone? All I need my phone is to make calls.
Yeah, you don't need all that
If
stuff.
I want to go on the internet, I'll use my laptop, and that's the mentality of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found an iPhone.
Oh, you told me, yeah, you found it and you
And
hacked it.
I went and I got it connected to my, you know, to my service provider or whatever, and that just opened up a whole new world for me. Like when I found that I could be on Facebook on my phone, forget it. It was
like night
life-changing.
and day.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you. So yeah, we gotta get with the times, and we gotta do this. Like, you gotta keep putting out all the content we can, man. Instagram. I'm looking into Musically, even though that's like a whole younger thing. I'm trying to think of ways that we can create content for that too.
Yeah.
Strategies,
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Gotta do, what was it you say? You gotta work, gotta do everything.
Yeah, it just takes. Oh, look, I just got a text from Tamara Gibson Photography. She wrote, just had time to listen to the podcast.
Oh, that's what I was gonna
Loved
ask.
it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you, because I don't know. Well, I should have texted you. Like, I was just studying. Cause like I told you, I'm back in school.
Oh, so you officially went back to school?
Yeah, but I'm doing it online. But it's still, you know, I'm trying to like finish that shit as even though it's
Full
gonna be a
time,
pain in
baby.
the
What
ass,
school you
but-
going to?
No worries, 2 schools actually. I do Tuesday nights. I go to NYT, New York Institute of Technology,
Uh-huh.
and then I do an online school. I'm not gonna name drop it just yet.
Okay.
'Cause I don't
Alright.
want the free publicity.
Yeah, publicity. No
But,
free marketing.
hopefully from there, I'll transfer to a CUNY, you know, to get like remember we talked about like different type of degree, accounting. Like I'm still trying to
Figure it out. Okay.
yeah, like I probably do a major in accounting and a minor in like media marketing or media,
Yeah.
something finance, something to do with finance.
Okay.
But you know,
That's
it's always gonna change.
Yeah.
So it's like
The NYT, the New York, that's not the CUNY one. That's the private one, right, in the city?
it's private, yeah.
Yeah, that's where my
And
son wanted to
that's-
go to, and that shit was mad pricey.
That that's no. The reason I'm doing it because you know my job.
That's that work thing you told
Yeah,
me.
so
Okay.
you know, so they pay some of it, which is great, of course. Fuck,
Yeah,
why not?
shit.
Might as well take advantage of it.
That's what's up.
So that's for everybody listening. If you have a place where you work and they pay for your education, hello.
Yeah, don't be a fucking
Don't
asshole. Like, if
fucking be
they're
a
paying,
dick, yeah.
and they're like, listen, we want to help you advance yourself in life.
Exactly.
Don't be fucking lazy. Be like, oh, no.
And it's not just for them, because what I'm learning, I could use it
Yes.
anywhere else.
And that's something that companies nowadays don't get. Like, when they give value to their employees, it just makes you want to be more loyal to them.
Oh yeah, of course.
So that's something I actually learned, like in the fucking what was my in macroeconomics.
Oh,
They
the
talk
way you
about
going
that.
now, right? Yeah, you already. I think I asked you this before. You going to CUNY now, right?
No,
Oh no, or
I'm
is it
gonna
private?
finish it online. I'm gonna finish it online because it's like if I finish it online.
But what school you're actually
I
going?
give me no free promo. Either.
Okay, I'm just making. I thought you did before. That's why I was like,
No, I'm doing University of Phoenix, and
there you go. Now,
I'm
but,
gonna
yo,
do
they're
it- I'm
expensive
gonna-
too. I was trying to get with
Yeah,
them.
they are.
That's just fucking expensive for an online school.
it
Get outta
is.
here.
Yes, it is. But you know, I'm doing it because I can finish, you know, on a timely manner. Like right now, if I stay online doing full-time school, I can finish, like, I'll have like a year left.
Okay.
If I
so
decide-
you've been doing this for a minute then.
Yeah, because if I decide to be like,
When
oh,
you-
you know, huh?
When you actually first started.
I started in
3 years back then.
2015. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. See.
But if I decide to be like, oh, I'm gonna go to CUNY, one, I run the risk of losing credits.
Losing, yeah, that's the problem
And
with that.
second, then I have to do part-time school.
Mhm.
So it sucks because it sets me back, and I'm not getting
Have
any
you
younger.
tried? Yeah. Have you? Because I've been doing the same thing. Have you tried going to a CUNY and be like, hey guys, do you take credits from such and such?
No, I haven't, because again, I think about the whole part-time schooling. That's what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
I know they'll take credits because these are college credits. But no matter, like if you stay within the CUNY system, you'll get, whatever. Like they transfer from one CUNY to another. But if you go to another school, a SUNY or some other school, or even the NY Tech or whatever, and then you want to transfer, no matter what, you always run the risk of losing credits.
That's what I could say I'm worried, but it's like in the back of my head, like this online school that I'm taking, I know I'm running the risk, the transferring to a CUNY.
Yeah, I mean, but you could just finish it online.
But that's what I like about it. Just the online, I could do it whenever.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work.
That's the thing. A lot of people don't think that. Oh, it's easy.
It's unlearned. No, fuck that. That shit is a lot of fucking work. It's a lot of reading.
I was last night, like at 11 o'clock, sleeping.
I'm telling you, my coworkers, they tell me, it's like, I don't know how you do online schooling. She goes, I did one class like that, and I hated it because it's so much work.
Because what it is, a lot of people like that structure.
Yeah.
You go to school, you sit down.
No, I prefer.
I can't.
I prefer going into a classroom. I learn better that way. But, again, to me, the whole thing is the time factor. I don't want to be like in my 40s.
That's the biggest
still going to school. And then, listen, the truth is, like, unless we make it big on our own, I mean, hopefully we will. But we're preparing ourselves for a better future. You gotta have, and that plan B or whatever you want to call it.
Plan C, you gotta have a lot of
you gotta think about the job market. The truth is, the older you get, your chances keep getting slimmer and slimmer for the job market. That's just the reality.
But here's one thing, but as long as you have that degree, and you can see that.
No, it opens up doors for you. It does. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the older we get, our chances keep getting slimmer and slimmer.
Which is unfortunate, but that's
it's just a reality. And especially now, like the generation now, you got these fucking 21-year-old CEOs of companies and shit. Companies are getting younger, and it's just, it's just a reality. It's just the way the world works. So,
and it's gonna come like, usually when you apply for something, you put a resume. A lot of times, they don't really ask for age.
Yeah.
They just put your. But I've noticed that a lot of companies now, they start to ask for age.
Yeah.
Especially like the
same way they check in your social media, they check in all of that.
Oh, that's I've been knowing about that.
That
age thing, but once they see that age and they see a certain, this motherfucker, they automatically think, he's old.
Yeah,
without reading everything else.
They're not gonna tell you like, oh no, you're too old for this. No, they'll be like, all right, so don't call us, we'll call you.
They'll put you. What's that? I think it's a movie or something where they have the stack of resumes. They'll put one here.
Yeah. They put your ass on the forgotten list over here. But that's what I'm saying. So that's my biggest fear about going into an actual classroom is the time factor.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I can do full-time school, full-time work, and everything else I do on the side. Like I love doing this. I love my blog on my YouTube channel. I put in a lot of work during the week into that. So if I were to go to school full time, which again to me is practically impossible because one, not every class you need is gonna be available like in the afternoons.
Yeah, it's not.
You always gotta be like fucking around like, then I gotta take a Saturday class. But there's gonna be a time that your class is only available during the day.
Yep.
So what are you gonna do? So I think about all that stuff, and that's what made me decide, like, you know what? Even though, obviously, a degree from a school as a CUNY or, one of these prestigious colleges, it looks much better. And that's a fact. I know that. Like, I knew that going in.
Yeah.
But I had to come to the, the reality of, like, all right, either I do this or I'm going to end up doing nothing. So, that's where we're at.
That's a little spill.
Yeah, that's us just talking about our personal shit.
Nah, but it's work. You got to put in the work. Just like Tamara said, like you got to put in the work. There's no, I get off my regular job and after that you still got to put in work. Look, texting back.
It's all work. I mean, it's all work. It all comes down to it. I have developed little by little, and I keep working on it. Like keeping positive thoughts and putting out positive stuff like out there and putting it out into the universe. I believe in all that, but I'm not gonna sit in my house and I want to be successful. I believe I'm going to be successful in just sitting at home. Like even the Bible says, all right, that faith without works is dead. I mean, it's biblical, so it has to be true. You have to put in the work, but you also have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that something's gonna happen, man. And I truly believe that, and this is why I come here. We do this podcast. You know, this is why I put in little chunks of time, because I'm not gonna tell you I spend hours at a time doing one thing. I put in time into the YouTube channel. I put in time into social media. Some people see it as wasting time. I see it as building awareness, building our brand.
Building a brand.
It just takes time, branding. And you have to network, and you just have to put in work, man. So it just, I mean, it's all work and time, and it's just putting in the work. So, anyways.
Kind of sidetracked, but
we got a little sidetracked, but yeah, that's how it is. I mean, it's just shit that we learn.
Education and work.
Yeah, if you can learn from this too, I mean, hey, good.
If you don't want to work, you better be educated. If you're not educated,
you still gotta work, because you gotta work to get your education.
If you do both, nah, but you know, it's funny I say that, but when you think about it, like if you're not educated, at least if you're a worker, you could work.
Yeah, you just gotta work harder,
exactly,
like physically harder,
right? And what did I say? But if you're educated, sometimes you don't need to work.
Yeah. You work
but if you
less,
have both,
or you work lighter, or you just end up working smarter.
Yeah, but if you have both, that's...
And again, we're in an era where there's a lot of people running businesses and like fucking big positions that are not educated. Mm-hmm. But they did get educated either on the internet. They got skills.
Yeah, for sure.
So there was some type of education, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't the conventional education of going to college or whatever, but they got educated on a certain skill set or whatever. So it still takes work.
This is a good topic. Now we're talking about education. Me and my wife, we were talking about yesterday. And that's why, my wife's a teacher. Why is that why I feel like, and I started realizing this when I take, doing online. Like our education system is so like antiquated. Like it's more everything's just trying to memorize something.
It's bullshit.
Instead of
the education system is shit. I'll tell you that one. Yeah, no.
Like why isn't
everything
it fixed?
Everything is theory.
Like if you take a picture now of a classroom and you compare it with something like 150 years ago, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
You have the class and the teacher. What the fuck is that?
But that's what it is. It's like the whole education system is shit to me. Like, and I'm doing it because there's a purpose for it. That's it. But the truth is, like, this whole education thing, like, if you look at college course, let's look at college. If you look at college, the shit classes that you have to take.
Yeah, that's why I started doing online.
I had to take a fucking nutrition class. How the fuck does that benefit me for a business degree?
To eat better.
I had to take
have a healthy life.
I had to take an arts class.
I had to select a stupid elective.
You got to take an elective. So you take all these bullshit electives. You got to take like these math courses that you take. Mm. A lot of them is just shit that you will never, ever, ever, ever use in your life. But you got to take it. It's just wasting your time, wasting your money. But you have to do it. There's no way around it.
But that's the thing. Why? See, I know there's money behind it.
Of course, it's a business. That's why they got to. Because if you were to take, let's say.
But why hasn't somebody made like an actual school be like, hey guys, you come here?
Because they do it like,
course
okay.
It's going to be different.
All right, so let's say you go to, again, because it all comes down to the fucking, I don't know. It's like it all comes down, to the degree and the weight of the degree. That's why you see these schools like Harvard and all that. Like they're super expensive, and you probably learn mainly the same shit you learn at a regular fucking community college.
Yeah, a CUNY.
But it looks nice when your degree says from Harvard. That's what it all. Because like right now you can go to like Udemy University. Not everybody knows about that, but excuse me. Udemy University is an online, and you go and you pay for courses, and you get certified in shit on your own.
Yeah.
Like right now, I can go and get a fucking certified as a, I don't know, a skin care person.
Yeah.
And you just take what you need. That's what I like about it. Like you like you could do for Photoshop. You can do for different shit, business. It's just different things that you go and you get certified and you get your like certificate, like you went to school for it, and you get educated on that. But it's not the same thing. I show up with my Harvard degree, even if I'm going to work at marketing, then have a certificate that says Udemy, whatever on it. You know, they look at it and they're like, eh. That's what it comes down to. And that's why these colleges, they abuse, and it just keeps getting pricier. And it's just, I mean, I feel like, and I know a lot of people said this.
I see what you're saying, but my question was, why isn't there a change? Like,
because there's money. I'm saying.
Not even talking about just colleges, just from being kindergarten to like
because
high
they
school.
have changed. They've changed the education system in like schools. It's just people want to get more comfortable. People are getting lazier. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way the world goes. I don't know.
And then, like, especially in the United States, we're probably like,
but that's what
far
I'm saying.
behind
Like,
other.
one thing I've always said
like
is
Japan. You know, Japan has like.
There we go. All right.
Scores
I'm glad
like
you said
ridiculous.
that. One of the things I've always, and this is just me, my opinion, my theory, is not that I'm an educated person in this area, but is what I see. I say the United States always wants to compete with like China and India. So they're like, oh, but these people, this is why we gotta. So they keep pushing. Like there's math shit now that these kids learn in elementary school that I don't remember ever learning in elementary school, and I barely learned them in high school when I was in PR.
Yeah.
But here, oh no, they want to compete, so we gotta give them harder stuff in math and reading and literature. But what they're disregarding completely is the way kids are brought up. It plays, to me, this is my opinion, it plays a major factor. Like, you look at these places like Japan and China and India, where these kids are fucking brains. But then again, look at their structure at home. Look at their structure in school.
In school, I think most of them.
They don't play that nonsense that they do here, where everybody gets away with everything. They don't play that shit over
I know,
there.
like in Japan, like a lot, they go like school every day. Well, I know like over there.
Yeah, like most of the schools, they go to school for like 11 months or 12 months, and they'll get like a 2-week vacation. They go to school for like 6 days. And not only that, it's just, I'm talking about the structure as in character. Like there's schools in Japan and China where these kids have to serve their own lunch. They have to wash the dishes afterwards. Like they got chores in school. Try to do that shit here.
Nah, it would be like
chaos. Oh, why do the kids? That's child labor.
That's we got janitors.
Yeah,
that's what they're gonna say.
You know, child labor and all this nonsense. It's like everybody's so sensitive, you know, and everything is, you know, about feelings, and that's the problem to me. I mean, you know, if we were to structure our kids, that's why back then the education system, to me, it kind of worked better because
back then you think it worked better?
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of shit that obviously
it
now
was mostly the same thing, just memorize a book.
Yeah, but back then you had tests, right? So you had, first of all, back then you wrote a lot of your shit.
That's true. Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah. I don't know how I'm now, but yeah, I wrote a lot.
You know, now, oh, Shacho, you can't write. Oh, they get tired. Now they need they need breaks. They need to be in movement, and they need to do this, and they need to go outside, and you know it has to be like a certain amount of hours of like learning and a certain amount of physical stuff, and it's like they just keep feeding into this, and it just turns into the point where, you know, you see like, you know, high school kids now. Like I see these videos online sometimes, and I be like, wow, like that's what it's come to. These kids talk the way they want to. They do whatever the hell they want. Like they talk back. There's no authority. Teachers can't do anything now. Back then, like you was afraid. Now there's schools that they don't even give homework because, you know, it's work for home, or, you know, they don't give tests. They only prepare for like the standardized testing, whatever, like that one test in the year. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what it's become. Like, back then, you had your tests as at least like one test a month on each class. So you had to study. And even though it was memorizing, shit would stick.
Yeah.
Now you don't have the need for that. So what the hell are you going to stick? Nothing. Math, yes, you learn numbers and you learn this. That's something you don't forget. But yeah, I mean, and then again, okay, back then, like the whole like history, that to me, that's been always a class that it's like, I get it, you learn from your past and all that.
History? What?
Yeah. But I feel like some of this, like, you know, even in college, like you have to study history and you go back to these times and shit that adds no value to your degree. It teaches you no skills for the future. Like, I don't know. I just don't get it.
I mean, you don't like history?
I don't mind. Again, I don't mind learning about shit that I'm interested in and you want to know.
But it's funny you say that, but a lot of times, like in schools, you know, a lot of times they'll teach the history that is not real history, it's just what the stupid book says.
No, that's what I'm saying. But now it's like, as time has gone by, like people dig into shit. So now they're like, oh, this is not correct. Yeah, this is not correct. Like Columbus back then was taught he was a fucking hero. Now he's like, he's a fucking rapist and he was whatever. Like, that's what I'm saying. So as time goes by, people dig into it, and it's just become a never-ending cycle of people finding shit to get mad at, and I don't know. I mean, that's part of one of the topics that I wanted to talk about was, like, I think I wrote on the notes, like an app.
Oh yeah, it was the self-healing.
Yeah, I put
an app for self-awareness.
Social, yeah. So I put like a social feeling app. So
you write your, I'm mad today.
No, it's just, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what Facebook is for.
Okay, but that exactly, that's my point. Like right now on Facebook, you write anything, and there's always gonna be that one person that gets upset because of what you wrote.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what I hate Facebook.
That's what I'm saying.
That's stupid shit.
There needs to be a social feeling app where you join, right? And before you post anything, you have to get the approval of everybody in the network. So like that, nobody gets offended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's what it's become, bro. I'm telling you, you write anything. It's like anything you put on Facebook, and that's one thing I like about Instagram. Like Instagram, people are mad unapologetic, and it's just the truth. Like, you don't like what I say, then don't follow me. That's it.
Unfollow. It's almost like Twitter.
Yeah.
You say something, well,
unfollow me
out there, somebody's gonna go crazy. Oh, how can you say this?
But I feel like in Facebook, you write something, and somebody always gets offended, and then they gotta let you know that. Like, oh, I'm offended, or why did you post this? Like, you shut the fuck up. I write whatever how I want. You don't like it, then unfollow me. You know, don't friend me. Don't. You could put unfollow. You can still be my friend, and you can unfollow, or you won't see what I post. But no. And I forgot where I was going.
So what's the app? It's still just the app that everybody.
So I'm just saying, we need to invent an app so everybody won't get their feelings hurt. So it's a feelings app. Like, I'm going to post this on social media, and before you're able to post it, everybody has to approve it.
So it's going to have like...
it's going to be an empty timeline. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be an empty, where you scroll like this and you see nothing.
So it's going to be like the dating app, the swipe right, swipe left.
A Tinder?
Like, so it's like a Tinder where it'll have, mad, and you swipe mad.
Yeah, but if somebody gets offended, then you can't post it. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be an empty timeline. You go like this, it's just going to be blank space. It's going to be blank space because somebody's always going to get offended.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So the app is going to be blank.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to say something.
But I'm telling you, that's for like Generation Butthurt. That's perfect. I don't know, man. People need to stop being so sensitive. That's all I'm saying. So, anyway, we've talked enough about, like, nonsense.
Too much.
Valentine's Day. How was your Valentine's Day?
It sucked.
It sucked.
No, it sucked. I mean, I had to work the next day. Not much to do. You know, I went home. I gave my wife, some flowers, some nice flowers.
Nice.
But that's
Is
really
that
about it. Cause I had to fucking open up my laptop in school.
school work, baby? Yep,
fucked everything up.
yep. I know.
But I know she got a lot of stuff, from the kids and school and the parents,
Nice.
stuff like that.
Alright.
What was yours?
It was. I mean, it was quiet. Yeah. Like I said, I've been sick these days, so it's like I went to work, whatever, and then I came back. I had flowers delivered to my wife's job. We had agreed we weren't really gonna get anything. We were trying to save money and shit. So we already knew that we had like those dinner plans. Her birthday is the
That's
next day.
really my Valentines.
Yeah.
That's where.
So that's why we were like, for dinner, like instead of going to madhouses and the restaurants that are Valentine's Day, we were like, we just do the whole, Friday thing.
That's another thing, because at Valentine's Day they be charging other price.
Yeah, no,
like
that's
crazy.
insane. It's just ridiculous.
Stupid. I hate that shit.
So what I did was that, I had flowers delivered and some chocolate. I went really cliche with the flowers, the chocolates, and like a little teddy bear. And that's it. And then she came home. She brought me some chocolate.
And you posted shit on Instagram too.
What?
That I didn't do. You posted, this is my, whatever the hell you put on the gram. I forgot. Some shit about you and the wedding picture.
Oh, yeah, she posted that.
Oh, it was her? Oh.
Yeah, she
I'm
posted.
thinking it's you all this time.
No, she posted that. So, yeah, and then we just went home and we ate dinner and we talked like we usually do. It was I appreciate the time I spent home, with her, and at least she didn't have class yesterday, so we were just able to just sit down and just chill and talk. And we always end up talking about the same shit, like the fucking podcast and all that. And
That's another thing. I don't know, Yvonne, my wife, she's in school too, so that's another. So while I'm in my laptop, she's in her laptop. And I'm talking about work. So while she's in school again to get more credits.
yeah,
So it's like, where you got
she's
no
doing
time.
online too, or she's
Yeah.
going to school. She's doing online.
Online too.
Yeah,
To get more credits for.
Yeah, it's worth for her.
the,
It's called a plus 30.
yes.
Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah.
So she's there reading articles, like the stupidest article ever. And then I'm doing my thing, so it's like,
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, that's how we are too. Like, I'll be sometimes sitting on a laptop and she'll be in the other laptop, or she'll be fucking reading a chapter that she needs to read for school. So, yeah, it's life, people. So, again, I know it's hard. We're just justifying it as, we're paying the price for a better tomorrow.
Yep. So the Valentine's 10 years from now is gonna be somewhere in
Hopefully
Caribbean.
it'll be in the Caribbean,
We
some
gotta think
beach where we're
about-
just laid back and just like relaxing. Or we'll be fucking doing a podcast somewhere. and-
podcast
yeah,
with a wireless mic,
I'm telling you. So
recording everything.
yeah, we're just putting in the work now. And another thing, that we're also watching like the fucking news yesterday with that fucking shootout in Florida. Which,
That's just. I know you put. I know. That's the thing everybody was talking about. But it's just. I don't know. It just pisses me off, bro. That's. It's sad.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
To me, there's what I was thinking about as soon as it came out, right? And there's like the biggest one so far, which is fucked up to even say that this year. So I'm thinking, okay, this is the first one this year. It's been probably like 19 of them.
Yeah. I'm
like, what the fuck? Like, I just looked it up and I just researched just school shootings.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking this is the only one.
No.
Like 18 of them
There's
pop up.
way
I'm like,
more.
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
there's way more than the media talks about. Yeah.
So this is like
I had to do research on
That's
that.
when it really upset me even more. Then now I got to think about if I send my, just even think about it. Send my kids
You
to
start
school.
thinking as a parent. Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like, to me yesterday, all I thought of, I mean, my wife too, we got a big kid. He's in college. And we just kept thinking, like, as a parent, how difficult it is. Like, I try to be very empathetic to the situation, and I think about, like, as a parent, shit, you kiss your kid goodbye in the morning, and then find out some
Expecting-
shit like that,
yeah.
you know? Like, it's fucking insane. That's why, to me, it's so important. And, I mean, I know we talk about funny shit all the time on the podcast and whatever, and it's a topic that's very, like, close to my heart. Like, when I talk about parenting, to me, to this day, my son is 18 years old, and every day, there hasn't been one day of his life that he hasn't heard that I love him.
Yeah, you said that before.
To me, that's very important. Like, even when I was here in New York and he was in PR, like, I would call him every day, you know. Or when we were like in Boston and I had to travel to PR, I would call him every day. Like, it's just so important. And I mean, people don't get that. Like, I see kids sometimes, and like, I see kids going to school, and like, it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning, and these kids are already having a bad day because their parents were upset or whatever, you know, like, yeah. And I think about that shit, like, you know, you don't know. The truth is, you don't know when you step out the house. That's why, to me, it's just important. And when my son and my wife, everywhere I go, I always let them know I'm going here. And if they're at the house and I'm stepping out, I give them a kiss and I love you both, and it's just something that I do.
Yeah. Another thing, I don't know, like you said, we were researching shooters for the year. But then I filter it out. I put, like, by state. Because I'm just curious of... Because, you know, it's fucked up to say, but it's going to be, like, either the South...
Yeah.
You know, everybody's going to bring up Chicago. Chicago is a bigger problem than they're not telling us. It's more than just, you know, there's a lot of gangs and that's all the shit. That's a whole nother fucking story.
Yeah.
You know, and mainly I was thinking about New York, because we're lucky. We live in New York, and New York has, like, one of the strictest gun laws.
Yeah.
Like I said it before, even I could get a gun, but it's so freaking hard.
Yeah.
And I'm a veteran. That's what's even more fucked up about it. Like, I gotta go to court. I gotta go, you know, to a
just like
police station and declare myself. You know, it's not like I could be like in Florida. Just fucking go to Walmart and pick up a shotgun.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, what the fuck? So, you know, so then you read, especially on Twitter, people go crazy, right? So, like, right now the trending thing is, you know, gun control.
Yeah.
And, you know, anything that do with the government. So I'm reading, you know, going back and forth. And then you just picked up this one tweet. Somebody said, oh, it's, you know, of course, it's not about the guns. It's,
guns don't kill people.
Yeah,
people kill people.
We need more school security now.
Yeah.
You know, so then I'm thinking, okay, so we get more school security now. Okay, so now I gotta send my kid to like a military installation, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So do you believe that these... Because like I had this conversation at work today in the morning. We were talking about, like, they were like, oh, you know, there needs to be more gun control, and, you know, all these states where you see everybody carrying. But statistically, truth is, like, most of these states where people carry guns, there's less
it's
like
violence.
the safest places.
Which is yes and no, because we're in New York City.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why I filtered by city or state. I think I saw like maybe one, but it wasn't like a mass shooting. It was like somebody shooting somebody else.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference between like crime and then there's like these school shootouts.
I'm talking about like mass shooting.
Yeah.
And New York is hardly ever.
Thank God. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so why is it so hard for the government follow these states that have these control laws where we actually control ourselves?
That's what we spoke about, and they were like, oh, but see, like New York City schools, like high schools, they have like metal detectors.
Oh, there's a lot of they have metal.
But that's what I'm saying. But then the people start complaining. Oh, I feel like I'm in jail.
But it's true. You do feel like you're in fucking jail.
But it's keeping you safe.
I'm here to fucking study, not to fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's
watch
keeping
my bag
you
get
safe.
a bullet in my ass.
And that's what's the problem. Like most of these states, they try to pass laws where they can put like metal detectors in. You don't want to hurt people's feelings, so they don't.
No, but that's fine. I'm fine with the metal detectors.
But I'm saying, like, most of the people, they're not fine with that. So they just don't put it. Until something like this, you know, sadly, right? Like, I don't know, is that a word, sadly? But
I guess it is now.
The sad reality is,
until
something like this happens, that's when they're like, oh, shit, wait a minute. And it sucks that it has to come to that. You know, because it's...
First of all, after this shit happened with the little kids, the Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook.
If that didn't make people change their minds, you know what I'm saying, if that didn't make the government or whoever's in charge to do something, let's do it. It's like I said, I think we spoke about it last year. Unless like somebody shoots up Congress.
Yeah, I saw a tweet running around saying that, like, you know, unless like one of these politicians, you know, family members or kids gets hurt, that's when they'll be like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's not all up to the politicians, you know. Truth is, society has a lot to do with that, because if I try as a mayor or whatever, I don't know how that shit works, but if I'm like a politician in a city or state, whatever, and I'm like, listen, maybe we should put, to use the example of metal detectors, and everybody votes no, there's nothing I can do. But then when shit hits the fan, who gets blamed for it?
Yeah,
the politician.
Hey, that's what you got voted for. That's what I'm
saying. Like, you know, and I'm not saying that's always the case. I'm just saying, like, some of these cases, that's the reality, and then people just start, talking.
Like you saying, but now I know when I say why can these other states do like New York, and I'm just saying it just to say it out there, but I know it's because a lot of people get afraid. Oh, well, it's my right to have my firearm.
Yeah.
You know, you could come here and say no. Mm-hmm. See, but that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, why are you buying a fucking rifle? Semi-automatic rifle.
Somebody said that at work today. I was like, listen, I get you carrying a weapon, but why the fuck are you buying a shotgun? Or why are you buying like a fucking automatic weapon? Like, that's something I agree with. Like, why are they even selling regular Joe Schmo from the corner coming in to buy? What do you want that for? What can you possibly want that for?
AR-15, like, come on.
But again, it all goes down to money.
Oh, that too. I mean, and again, if somebody wants to do something, like, there's always the argument, oh, well, if somebody gonna break into that bank, they're gonna, like, no shit, but that's not the point. The point is there might be a way to prevent getting a semi-automatic.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's true, but I mean, it's money. It's like trying to get drugs off the street. That's never gonna happen.
If you legalize it,
and still they're gonna find a way.
Oh, still, yeah, but it won't be as prevalent, and that's,
you know, people.
That's another argument.
It's just money. It just comes down to money and buying people in the government and politicians and law enforcement. It all comes down to that, man. Sadly, again with the word sadly. If it's not a word, I'm gonna make it a word.
That's it. They got a hashtag sadly.
You know what it is? Is that, listen, just in case for all you listeners, I have a problem where most of the stuff that I say, I process it in Spanish before I say it. English, yeah. So when I say sadly, I mean tristemente in Spanish. For real. Yeah. That's my biggest problem, is that that's why I'll say words and then people are like, is that even a word? I'm like, well, in Spanish is this way. I'm translating as I speak. Yeah, so I'm a good translator because of that. I have that gift. I process shit at the same time.
That's good. That's not just a lot of people do that.
All right, so yeah, I think we can wrap this episode up. I feel like it's been.
Nah, it's been because we got off track.
Yeah, it's been an episode. It's been like full of emotion and like personal shit. But yeah, this is us being authentic people. This is the kind of conversation that we'll have, even if these mics weren't on, even if that camera wasn't on. You know, it's just conversations that we have, and maybe, I don't know, maybe some people can connect out there listening to this. I mean, it's just the truth, man. That's one of the things that I learned about that whole being authentic is that, like, you can speak your truth, and there's always gonna be somebody that connects to it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, and there's always gonna be the haters. Hi, haters.
You know, even when they said on the podcast, they said that bullies have a. What is it?
Oh, was it Jason? Justin?
Justin, yeah, no, but you know what?
Purpose or whatever.
I was watching the Chris Rock episode yesterday. He says the same thing.
Oh, that's probably where you got it from.
Probably, but Chris Rock says the same thing. Like, bullies are necessary to build character.
Necessary.
They're necessary to build character in people, and you know, like, if you haven't seen it, check it out on Netflix. But Interesting.
Was this a new one or something?
No, it's called Tambourine.
From Chris Rock, or is
Chris
this
Rock.
Yeah, Tambourine.
It's called Tambourine. I don't know if it dropped yesterday or what it was. I just happened to stumble upon it yesterday. I was like, you know what? Let me watch it. And he talks about the whole like race issue and all that, and then he goes into like the whole bullying and the whole school system, and it's interesting.
Fuck, man. This show is too serious right now.
Yeah, but you know what? Hey, part of it.
Too serious.
What do you mean too serious? Well, you know, like it's just a serious topic. Like that whole massacre shit, like through like the whole.
I should just fuck this.
Yeah, like I was editing the podcast yesterday and finishing up like last week's episode, and because I wanted to. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
The day before.
Day before yesterday, yeah. And yes, I forgot what the fuck I was doing. And I was doing some shit. It had to do with the podcast. Oh, I was doing the whole like website shit and looking into that. And all I kept thinking about was fucking that shit, man. So people, hug your kids. Love your kids.
Kiss them.
You know, kiss them, hug them, and, you know, always, no matter if they go into the store. You know, it's just, love your family. All right.
Man, you okay? You got choked up.
All right, so this has been episode 24. What?
Nah, man, just, I don't know. you need to say something funny before we leave. Oh, the Winter Olympics. Have you seen it? This could be
no,
quick.
I haven't, no.
Yeah, I know nobody really has. But you like that shit that looks like you're brushing the ice?
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the big thing now.
I just saw a meme the other day. It says when you ask your mom, can I go out? She says, oh, you got to clean. And then the video that they show is like this with the ice. That shit was hilarious, yeah. But no, I have not been following the Winter Olympics. Yeah,
I forgot. I was going to say something. I don't know if the U.S. got most of the gold medals or they suck.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Oh, no, this what I was thinking about. So, you know over there, there's two impersonators impersonating the fucking Jam King, or what is the fucking name? The North Korea guy.
Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un. And there's another guy impersonating Donald Trump. And they're chilling around the Olympics, you know, trying to make fun of the whole. So I guess, but the dude actually looks like that, exactly like the guy. Yeah. So when you see the picture, you're like, oh shit, this fucking guy's actually down there. But no, it's a fucking impersonator, and they got kicked out of the Olympics.
Look at that.
But they keep going back and forth, like they trying to sneak in, taking pictures with like regular people, thinking it's actually them, but it's not.
Jeez.
So there you go.
So yeah.
Something light.
Something light. A little humor with the Winter Olympics. Episode 24. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, just in case you guys can check out theyregonnalaughatyou.com. We finally got it up.
Oh yeah.
Right now, all you can hear is the episodes. If you're listening to this right now, you can check out all the episodes are there. Pretty soon, we're gonna start putting up with the video content and our merch, and everything is gonna keep falling into place. Yeah. So, again, I keep telling people,
work hard and educate yourself.
Yeah, I keep telling people, listen, drop us a review, 5-star it, 1-star it, I don't care, whatever you want. Just drop us a review. That means so much to us. You don't even understand. And yeah, basically that's it. Oh, if you got like I said, you got a story you want us to share, or you want to become a guest on the show, write to us. They're gonna laugh at you at gmail.com, or you could hit us up on the DM or on a private message on Facebook. They're gonna laugh at you. Instagram, they're gonna laugh at you.
Twitter at Real Laugh at You. Snaps at Real Laugh at You.
Yep. So you can reach us. There's no excuses.
We in there like swimwear.
Yeah, eso mismo. So see you guys next week.
Peace.
From my ass all the way to the bank.